All right. We here again. Black Power. You with the general. You already know it's gonna be fire. So you better wake on up. You better plug on in because it's about to be a hell of a ride. Before we get started, make sure you get over there to General Seti Patreon. The link is right there at the top of the chat. Click that and get access to up to 600 videos, fire all subjects, Black history, heritage, spirituality, divinity, global African supremacy. Oh, everything that you need to get yourself together is there for you, and you should join today. Don't hesitate. We're gonna be talking about if Africa falls to jihadist Islam, blacks all over the world would be doomed. You see, would be doomed. And see what's happening today. Because listen, if when you think about how many confused niggas that's in America, it's confused niggas is everywhere. And you know what? The confused niggas get all the airplay. That's all. So when you look, all you hear, that's all the confused niggas get all the airplay. You see? So when you look all around them, they're gonna make sure they get some crazy niggas from every place. You see, and project them on the damn internet to where you damn near think you might be the only nigga with a half a brain. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what's happening today. So you could disconnect. They want you to disconnect. They want you to believe there's no Africans on the continent that you could build with. You know, out of over a billion Africans, and you gonna disregard all them Africans. So for this, to be what, a white man's nigga, that's what you gonna do. You don't want to be. They understand the wealth in Africa. They understand, your your own community. That's why I tried to give you a blueprint about how you could control your own community. You gonna disregard some resources. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want you to tap, even though they tapping in. You see, the Russians is in there now. The Chinese is in there. You see, you understand? For nothing else, we ain't there to plunder or pillage, but nothing else. Maybe we could build on the economic. They want you to disregard any situation of relationship or engagement. They want you to believe that, and they're gonna make some niggas say a lot of shit, and a lot of them is confused anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I can tell you that. You understand? Just as confused as niggas over here. You understand? Just as confused. Just as confused. Yes, indeed. A lot of these niggas is confused as fuck. Okay. And so I don't put none over the other. It's just a bunch of confused niggas. But if I look in, I don't say all, because I've been there myself. I didn't build with Africans. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna build with no motherfucker that's gonna disrespect me. They showed me homage. You see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be real. I'm not one of you niggas that could go. No, they pay homage every time I went. You understand what I'm saying? I got the respect of a dignitary. Just gonna be 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I need that was there for me. I didn't have to ask twice. They were showing me all the shit they wouldn't show nobody else. You understand? I'm just gonna be 1,000 with you. So I don't have the same. I can't listen to the sad tales of nothing niggas. I just can't. There's sad tales of nothing niggas, and you could tell with the free. I want to show you the bypass all that. Let's get straight to the prosperity. See, they dealing with the poor niggas. You understand what I'm saying? The have-nots, and you understand what we ascended. We above that. We're gonna bypass all. Let's get straight to prosperity. Let's get straight to somebody that has sense that can show you. Like I said, when I was showed me everything that I needed to see. I didn't have that kind of, what people just talking about, these bad, you just weak. And you know, you got vulturistic types all over the planet. They gonna feed off the wheat. You wheat, nigga. I mean, I can't be you. I cannot be you. I cannot look at the world through the lens of a weak nigga. I can't. You know what I'm saying? They take all the. You know, I'm gonna talk paper, nigga. I don't want to talk about no have not niggas. Let's talk paper. You see what I'm saying? We can't even get to that. So we can't see that Africa. Yeah, you talking about resource, you talking about reparations and shit and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody there because they got sense. They know because you don't deal on the global market. You don't deal in no resources. You understand? You don't deal in no resources. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's all you at all. So it don't concern you. You ain't a few people's is on Wall Street. We got some of our people's that's on, but for the most part, y'all niggas ain't dealing in no resources or no world, you know, no stocks or if you is, you ain't about to let nothing like that. You in trying to go on the ground so you could get the inside scoop on how you can keep making paper. You see what I'm saying? These Neanderthal, the Chinese, the Japanese, all of them is in Africa. You understand? So if nothing else, if niggas ain't, you can't get no nigga that's gonna beg. All you want to do is beg. You ain't got the divine blueprint of how to run your community. See, that's when I show you what my goddamn. Hold on. Let me get hold on. We got to do this right. Hold on. See, you ain't gonna deal with no economics like that or no resources. Your biggest resource is your own community, first and foremost. That's your biggest resource. You're not gonna be thinking about no uranium, no platinum, no diamonds, no gold, if you don't have this understanding of controlling your own community. This is the basis of all. This is divine economics. This is divine economics. This is a this is a must. This is, you know, this is by all means totally necessary for survival. You see what I'm saying? So this one ain't even really up for dispute, even though we're not in control. And that's why vultures is sitting on every fucking limb of the tree, picking at our flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Because we haven't, we haven't connected to our divinity. When we become divine, this becomes a duty. When we become divine, when we connect to our black divinity, controlling our community becomes a sacred duty. You see what I'm saying? And so, but once you understand this, then you understand it becomes a necessity to expand and to grow. And then you will understand the wealth that is in Africa and how these vultures is feet and they want to keep you and so they always, that's just how they disconnected you from Africa in the music, because you was taking the people somewhere they didn't want them to go. You understand what I'm saying? They finding divinity in their hair. You see what I'm saying? They defining divinity in their skin. They finding they understanding that they are the chosen of God. You see? You understand? We talking, we talking something that have never been said before. You can't enslave nobody talking like that, believing like that. You can't enslave nobody believing like that. Okay. And so they say disconnect. And they understand that, where we was going at that time, you understand we was about to, we was back on some Garvey, some X. We was on that. You understand? We was ready to go. And a lot of it, really, that was what drove a lot of people across the water, at least to see something. You understand? Not just to move or just let's go to Africa. Let's visit Africa. You understand? That's pan-African. If they all the move, and if you want to move, you can move too. That's all. It's all love. You see what I'm saying? But that's not all what it is. That's if you in your growth, if your spirit, because once you understand when you understand your divinity, you understand your destiny. We don't all have the same destiny. You see, we should all have a love for the motherland. You understand? Even if we stay wherever we stay, we should all have a love, just like every Chinaman. He could be wherever he at. He got love for China. It don't matter where Japanese and how many generations, they all got a love for Japan. It don't matter how long a Greek or Italian and been away from, they all still love their motherland, Italy and Greece. And no other people have that. And we shouldn't even, you don't even have to discuss that. You don't even have to discuss that. And so we're just saying you don't. And so today, what Pan Africanism is your connection and your love for your people, regardless to wherever they is on the planet. You see, and you should at least visit. You should at least visit. I mean, when you talk about Muslims, they make it at least mandatory to go to Mecca at least once in their life. Even the Jews, they make it damn near, I believe, mandatory to at least go to Israel at least once in their life. You see, every Catholic, I believe they is you should at least try to visit the Vatican at least once in your life. You see, at least once to go, make a trip and go see. Because the thing is what it does for you. And you understand, no matter what you believe before you go, when you go to Africa, and I'm gonna just speak for Egypt. That's why a lot of people, I tell you, because it's just gonna have, as far as the ancient, you can other nations, it might be necessary for you to go so you can tap into the people. And that's you need that too. But once you tap into Egypt, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You coming back, eyes gonna be glowing. See, that's what Egypt to. That's why they don't want motherfucker tapping, especially in no African-centered mind. Nigga, you gonna come back, eyes is gonna be glowing, nigga. You gonna be like the Avatar. You gonna be, everybody that went, when they came back, their ass was on fire. They couldn't wait to get back and tell their story and what they saw and shit, And a lot of it ain't what somebody told them. It was their own personal experience. When they got there, it's like putting a key in there. You understand? That comedic key went in that spiritual doorway and opened up, man, and all type of ancestors and spiritual energy was rushing in and connecting. And people came home, man, ready to put in work. They was ready to put in work. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's most definitely why they don't want you to connect to Africa. You see, and these niggas out here, you can't listen. These is cornerstone niggas. These is niggas going to church every Sunday. You can't, I mean, once you understand the ingredients, then I mean, damn, I mean, what this shit, we know we are still a part of the system. You feel what I'm saying? We still a part of America. We know what the ingredients is. One of the main ingredients is the church. I mean, that go all the way back to the plantation. You understand what I'm saying? Give these niggas some Christianity to contain these niggas and give them a white God, and that's what they did. So when they seen the master look just like Jesus, a lot of them, but some of them didn't buy that shit. You understand? Some of them didn't buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they see. And every time, and that's why they teach the ones that do listen. If you see a nigga like him, make sure you tell me now. You know what I'm saying? That he might want to come get me while I'm asleep. You see, he might want to come get me while I'm asleep. So please, if you hear him talking, come tell Massa. You see, and that's what they doing today. Want you to disconnect because they know that if you on that type of wavelength, you about some revolution. You about some Khalid Abdul Muhammad. You about some Malcolm X. You see, you on the Mao. Yeah, you on some, yeah. You own that. So they most definitely try to stamp that type of energy and frequency out from since the plantation. That's why do you think the people say, that's why they didn't want you to have the drum, because they know that drum is the elixir to the African soul. They know that African drummer is a priest. That man get the beating on that drum, nigga, he'll open up chambers in our soul. You see, so yeah, the drummer is a priest. Calm that down. That gives them rhythm. They begin to, when you start listening to certain rhythms, you connect to it's just like chambers open up where you can connect to the universe. You feel what I'm saying? Close that up. We don't want you talking. We don't want no chanting. You understand? You can't have no African gods. You cut that off. They've been doing this for a long time. And so now they want to come in and say, oh, you're not. Well, we've been dealing with this since day one. Now they got some more boule niggas that's gonna come out here and try to do the job. You cannot fall for this. You see, these is have not niggas. These niggas come after we done been on the battlefield trying to save our people all these years. We ain't seen no nigga nowhere. They ain't doing nothing now. You see what I'm saying? When you understand, when niggas was doing, we had teachers everywhere trying to wake our people up, trying to give them medicine. The Pan-African community is the one that introduced holistic health and what holistic diets and shit. We the one brought that to the community. You see what I'm saying? In a midst of that, the shit we was eating and the poison niggas was out there putting in their bodies. And so we tried to show them the power of divinity, give them divinity. The people that lost, nobody came to save them. Where was these niggas at? Where was the moccasin wearing niggas? Where was they at? They wasn't nowhere to be found. Where's these flag waving niggas? When we was on the battlefield trying to say, it was the niggas in the African consciousness of rap that was trying to spit something to these niggas to wake them up. Don't do your sister like she's a goddess. You understand? Who was doing that? Who brought that to? And you ain't heard it yet. When you listen to rap, the only time in rap where sisters had divinity and respect was the age of African consciousness. Tell me when. Tell me when. Tell me when the sisters got any respect. Or you heard of the speaking of consciousness or divinity of the black woman or any of that. When? You ain't heard it before or since. The only time. You see? The only time. And so this is what your FBA niggas will give you. You see these crazy niggas yeah. Along with that Neanderthal. So they running a con. So busy talking about, flip-flop niggas while they sons and nephews talking about killing each other. And they ain't rose up and went out there on these streets yet. Because they didn't grew up with their bitch ass. And so now they don't even respect them. They the kings. They say, fuck you niggas. They the kings. You see? They the kings. Now, that's the way they look at it, nigga. You ain't did nothing for me, nigga. You understand? So now you got 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and 17-year-olds running the clique with grown-ass niggas in the clique with... They saying, nigga, we the lions now. You see, they ain't ready to go out there and say them. They too far gone now. You see, they too now. This is the evidence that I present today. You see, and we have to understand there's a war. We are connected, whether we believe it or not. And and there's a war in Africa going on right now between where these jihadist Muslims are trying to take Africa over. And if they take it over, man, black people is doomed all over this planet. That's just like if somebody was to take over China completely and totally, Chinese people would be done. They wouldn't have no respect. I wouldn't give a fuck because people outside, they ain't gonna have that argument. They're gonna see you niggas all the same. And so if Africa was to fall, any black melanated person anywhere on the planet would be doomed. You wouldn't have no place of refuge. You understand what I'm saying? But that's all right. Because these Yankees about to kick these niggas in their ass. They're gonna get a rude awakening real soon. These Yankees gonna they're gonna kick them in their ass with them cowboy boots. So y'all get ready. You understand what I'm saying? Get ready. But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all out there. Stay black, stay connected, stay elevated. Stay elevated. You see, you up here. We ascended. You understand what I'm saying? In consciousness. We don't engage in mundane activities. Stay above this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Stay connecting. Stay networking. You see what I'm saying? stay building, family. I appreciate y'all, man. We out of here for the night. Click that link, top of the chat. We'll be black. See what I'm saying? To continue on our African crusade. See you in a minute, family. Black Power.